The girl kindly fed the pet a sausage, but the scheming woman snatched it away, then scolded the girl for being nosy. The frightened little girl quickly apologized. The flight attendant shielded the girl and apologized to the woman, but the scheming woman wasn't about to let it go. A man sitting nearby couldn't stand it anymore. He stood up and walked over to defend them, but was publicly insulted by the scheming woman, calling him a useless loser. She acted so arrogant, because she was a popular celebrity, and had just been invited to be the face of the company, but she had no idea that the man she just insulted was actually the chairman of that very company. She thought having a godfather who was a director meant she could do whatever she wanted, but didn't realize her so-called backer was just a low-level manager in the chairman's company. An hour earlier, the flight attendant had been helping her niece find their seats, and happened to place them right next to the chairman. When she turned around, she saw the scheming woman carrying her pet into the cabin. She kindly suggested checking the pet in his luggage, but was slapped to the ground by the woman's assistant, and insulted for not watching where she was going. A colleague quickly stepped in, and quietly explained she was new. After apologizing, the scheming woman sat down with a smug face, but her dog kept staring at the chairman provocatively, barking non-stop. The chairman frowned and asked her to put a muzzle on the dog, but was called a filthy laborer in return. How dare he tell her son what to do? The flight attendant rushed over to ask if he needed help, but when she heard it was because of the celebrity's dog, she whispered that the woman was signed to their company, and offending her could cost the entire airline. The flight had been delayed, because they were waiting for a company executive to board. Just then, the little girl kindly offered the dog a sausage, only to get harshly scolded by the celebrity. The flight attendant saw it, and came over to apologize on her niece's behalf, but the woman pushed it further, demanding the attendant kneel and apologize to the dog. Faced with such pressure, the flight attendant was about to give in, but the chairman stopped her, and questioned why anyone should kneel to a dog. The celebrity's assistant sneered, mocking that workers like them aren't even worth as much as a dog, and boasted that the woman was about to become the company's brand ambassador, a perfect fit for high society. To prove her status, the celebrity not only insulted them, but also demanded $200,000 in compensation. The chairman couldn't take it anymore, and called his secretary on the spot, but before he could finish, his phone was snatched away, and smashed right there. Then she threw $10,000 at him in humiliation. Just then, the plane's phone rang. The flight attendant told the chairman it was for him. He answered and realized it was his secretary calling, so he coldly instructed to cancel the woman's endorsement deal, and investigate her for tax evasion. After hanging up, the celebrity still acted arrogant, saying complaints wouldn't work, because her godfather was a company director. The flight attendant warned the chairman not to mess with them, because they were too powerful, but the chairman told her to take out her phone. He called his secretary again, and demanded the immediate dismissal of the so-called godfather. Just then, the godfather finally boarded the plane. The celebrity instantly changed her attitude, acting all sweet and delicate, but he immediately took interest in the flight attendant, making the celebrity furious, but she didn't dare show it, just pouted and said she could wear the uniform too, only to be coldly rejected by the godfather. Then he started flirting with the flight attendant, but the chairman stepped in to stop him. That's when the godfather noticed the chairman, and angrily asked who he thought he was to interfere. Flashing his director title, the chairman calmly